Hello everybody, this is Debo's Movie Reviews here, and this week's review will be Octopussy, starring Roger Moore as James Bond, Maud Adams as the titular Octopussy, Louis Jordan as Kamal Khan, the villain, featuring of course Christina Rayborn as Magda, Robert Brown as M, and Desmond Llewellyn as Q. And what was one a few times over in like License to Kill, where Q actually took part in the field at some point, as you got old Agent VJ, who was part of the Station I India deal, and who spent his cover at some fancy hotel that Kamal Khan basically had a special room was staying at. Following the events of the movie, for certain where Bond's at this other in the Spanish military base undercover during a horse race, impersonating a general, and of course leads to him getting captured, and that old little jet that pops out of the horse trailer. Along with on the whole epic one, stunts fest that it feels was only rivaled a couple years later by Top Gun, and then of course it starts with then you get the whole Rated Coach song, all time high, which is about honestly about the only song I know by her, because I don't that and then she was married to Chris Christopherson. That's about all I really know about her. I listen to a lot of old music, but yeah, she her music has been kind of a lot of under radar. Whereas, well, enough about that about music. Back to the movie, with was all plot line of storyline of how Bond's taken over a case that 009 was really originally assigned to after his untimely passing after retrieving a Fabergé egg over a jewel smuggling ring, which led to a planned attack to stall NATO nuclear disarmament talks to give Russia the advantage because it was the Cold War and all. Which I also mentioned, great performance by Steven Berkoff as General Orlov, who was pretty much the main villain in the movie, who, along with Kamal Khan, was trafficking stolen jewels to fund his own agenda. And then, of course, we have of course Octopussy, and which kind of a good book ending of my Roger Moore reviews of how my first one was Man with Golden Gun, and now book ending it with Octopussy, because they both had Maud Adams in it. Now it's the same character, of course, but still. And it's excellent chase scenes, and I mean, just come on. Had the whole one scene where trying to VJ trying to dodge Gobinda, who was Kamal Khan's top goon, through the streets of New Delhi, and then with that. It's actually with a little fast cart thing, go kart little deal. I mean, that old line of "This is a company car" right before he pulled some John Force shit on that one. And he had a little even more epic car chases, like one with a Mercedes after Bond confronts Orloff and then shoots this Russian soldier in the head who just walked in on him, leading to an escape, and of course Orloff getting his ass whooped, which is about the only time in all the movie's histories where you actually ever seen General Gogol in a uniform, because he's supposed to be a Russian general now and head of the KGB. And of course, Orloff gone rogue because he didn't agree with the current administration's politics of peace. And he was almost like trying to the communist Custer syndrome, along with Louis Jordan's portrayal of Kamal Khan, which was just a crafty old villain. Even old Epic Storms where Bond seducing Magda until he gets the tall blonde, and then which starts out as a case of petty jewel smuggling to when they over a fake egg, and then one that has a transmitter, and you have one like, the whole scene of the auction, and all about that dude played Jim Fanning, because at first because I can swear first couple times I've seen this movie I thought it was old Jim Backus, aka Thurston Howell and Mr. Magoo and all that, but it wasn't. Plus, old Jim Backus didn't have no British accent, but dude looked like him though. The art expert, guy playing the art expert, that is, and then that old scene where the police chase for Germany, where Bond steals that Alfa Romeo, and they channel his inner Smokey into Bandit on that one, which I could say Octopussy is about one of the most grounded of the Roger Moore movies, because like I say, Roger Moore Bond was more comedic and campy compared to like Connery, Dalton, and Brosnan. Lazenby's on the same boat with Connery, so old epic chasing, and of course after fighting off those knife throwing twins, Mishka and Grishka, with a whole line of one of them going, "This is for my brother," and he goes, "This is for 009. Which kind of always I'll deal with relationships, because you never just use the line like damn it, 007, I had to get pulled away from Cuba to deal with and whatever 005 was doing or something like that. And you had that with and then you had the whole fight scene at the Octopussy's mansion with where you had those goons hired by Kamal Khan to attack her palace after his plan to basically screw over Octopussy. He was really head of the jewel smuggling ring and her all-girl army, with Kamal as being the only man allowed on premises, but Bond snuck in, used this charm to seduce, and then learned a whole backstory about her father, who was a disgraced military officer and all that. Which is about the only part of the storyline that was actually ever mentioned in the book version of Octopussy, because this one's nothing like the book. Whereas the book was a bunch of short stories rolled up into one, and shared the title with it was the book was actually both called Octopussy and Living Daylights. So there's that, which was also the last of the original Fleming novels. Which also Octopussy, the novel also actually had the whole backstory of Fritz Oberhauser, who in the Craig timeline was the father of Blofeld, and that'll be enough to save on when I review it, which I'm about running out of Bond movies to review because damn they need to make more. I mean, come on, announce a new guy already. But overall, I gotta give Octopussy a 5 out of 5. Great soundtrack, great theme song as among soundtrack. Great action. Oh, and back to that scene, I had to make this one joke about how this movie was about the closest encounter Bond had, because I had to fight with a flying guillotine, where that old one with dude who had a flying circular saw attached. I mean, definitely looked like that. I mean, old flying guillotine deal, which I've only seen parts of, but yeah, I'll try to get around to that, then try to review it for y'all in the near future. And an old epic scene with Bond showing how bad he is, with Q flying that hot air balloon which was literally a British flag. I mean, yeah, you could have just, that's like basically driving Austin Powers as Jaguar. And that old scene where the Mercedes in the on the train, and then before that, he pulled that two-wheel Dukes of Hazzard stunt, and then 007 did. And then that old slider across with the AK-47. Yeah, that was about one of the more epic parts of that movie. Before he, well, all right, now I'll do it for this week. All right, y'all. Hope y'all liked to enjoy it, my review, as much as y'all enjoyed the movie. And I'll just like, subscribe, and comment recommendations, and I'll keep dishing them out. All right, y'all. Peace.